You always knew the bad news was coming with Todd because he'd go, here's the thing. And he said, we're going to lose the orchestra in Dresden, and we have to do all of the conducting first. I do think there's a distinct lack of shame in society at the moment. I think shame is very different to guilt.
Just when people thought Justin Baldoni was finally the bad guy, Blake Lively proved she will always be.
Oh, you guys better grab your popcorn because today's tea is scorching. Word on the street is that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have a little habit of tossing shade and low-key bullying folks across Hollywood. And, baby, it didn't start. And is definitely not ending, with all that Justin Baldoni drama. And guess who just came forward to spill every single drop? None other than the iconic Queen Cate Blanchett herself. Now listen, when someone as poised, polished, and unbothered as Cate freaking Blanchett decides to step into the mess with her own personal Blake and Ryan horror story, oh, honey, you already know it's 10 times more chaotic than we ever imagined. And get this, Blake didn't just try to ride off of Cate's legacy. Nope. Allegedly, she went full-on legacy thief and basically spat in Cate's face when she got called out for it, like the audacity. But in true Cate Blanchett fashion, no screaming, no dramatic public meltdown. Sis stayed ice-cold, calm, classy, all while plotting a revenge move.
Who's the biggest diva on set?
Biggest diva on set of Gossip Girl.
You can say because it's so far away from where you are now, that show's over. I suggest that you do not pass on another question.
I wish I could take all of my passes back and use them all right now. Yeah. Let me just say, that was a tough show to film, and I didn't end up actually filming all of the episodes I was supposed to because it was such a tough film.
Really? Literally, you said, get me out of this.
It was also like, get him out of here.
Really?
Yeah.
So it just literally was that. Whose love interest were you?
I was Blake Lively's love interest.
You were?
Yeah.
Okay, well
Sounds
then.
like she was the problem.
It sure does, Chelsea.
So slick, so subtle, and so savage it's got the whole industry whispering. And, from the looks of it, Cate might actually be the one to finally put an end to Blake and Ryan's messy behavior once and for all. If you know anything about Blanchett, you already know. Cate and Chanel go together like couture and the runway. Iconic, timeless, and a match made in fashion heaven. For over a decade, Cate has been the face of Chanel, and it's been an era. I mean, Cate isn't just some typical Hollywood name. She's pure class, dripping in prestige, like that vintage cinematic royalty that never fades. And Chanel? That's their whole aesthetic. Cate's been flying to private fittings, sitting front row at every couture show, and, back in 2021, she even inked a multi-season deal to lead Chanel's Women in Cinema campaign. Get this. They even had a legacy short film in production, written by Cate's own husband, Andrew Upton. It was black and white, no dialogue, just two women acting their hearts out. Literally art. Everything was signed, sealed, and ready to roll. But when launch day hit, boom, Blake Lively shows up out of nowhere. Fans were like, why is Blake here? Where's Cate? Did something go down? And listen, it wasn't a fight between Cate and Chanel. No drama, no blow-up. It was cold, calculated sabotage. Allegedly, someone from Chanel slipped. A quiet message to Cate's team saying the campaign's direction had changed. And in industry code, that's a polite, you're out. Cate was blindsided. No warning, just cut. And suddenly, Blake is front and center as the new face of the campaign. But the disrespect didn't stop there. They didn't even bother changing Cate's original vision. They threw on some sparkle, added a few cheesy "live your truth" quotes, slapped on red lipstick, and called it groundbreaking. Like, be serious. And get this, even the crew on the Chanel shoot was stunned when Cate got replaced. One stylist even leaked text saying, "This was never supposed to be Blake." But apparently, her team pitched Chanel a cross-platform promo, package they couldn't say no to. Still, pulling Cate like that? Bold. Maybe too bold. But honey, that was just the beginning of Blake's little fashion coup. Her team kicked off an entire media blitz, pushing this narrative that Cate was last season, while Blake was swooping in to revive Chanel's image. The audacity, right? Then March 2023 rolls around. Chanel throws this ultra-exclusive private dinner in Paris. Every legacy actress, elite director, fashion royalty, all RSVP'd. Cate had been on the guest list for months and was set to debut her husband's artsy short film that night. But 2 weeks before the event, boom. Blake's suddenly announced as the brand honoree of the evening, and Cate's film, quietly, swapped out for Blake's shiny new cross-platform storytelling through beauty, cinema, and wellness theme. Just like that. Now you'd think Cate would cancel, right? Nope. Queen Blanchett walked in head high, but of course, Blake couldn't. Let her just exist in peace. According to insiders, Blake was overheard trash-talking Andrew Upton's script, calling it beautiful but a little outdated. And the Chanel exec sitting with her, he allegedly laughed and said, "Legacy doesn't sell to Gen Z," and guess who overheard? Yep, Cate. She didn't cry. She didn't flip a table. But insiders say she looked absolutely crushed the rest of the night. Like, can you imagine? But, oh, it gets even messier. Flash forward to April 2023. Blake's big Chanel x Netflix crossover drops. Splashy, loud, everywhere. But someone in Chanel's PR forgot to pull an old feature piece in a British fashion magazine, one that had been written back when Cate was still the campaign's star. And guess what? The article named Cate praised her creative vision and even highlighted her husband's short film. It accidentally went live for 3 hours, just long enough for social media to catch fire. Screenshots went viral. People were dragging Blake, accusing her of stealing Cate's legacy and erasing her contributions. The backlash was nuclear. But Cate stayed above the fray. No tweets, no interviews, just one cold, calculated mic drop. During an awards speech in Berlin, someone leaked the clip before it mysteriously vanished. Cate said, "Now listen, that wasn't just a subtle jab at Blake. That was a direct hit. No GPS needed." Meanwhile, Blake's team, full-blown panic mode. A major press appearance on a popular YouTube fashion talk show, canceled last minute. The official excuse? Scheduling conflicts. But behind the scenes, insiders spilled that the host had every intention of grilling Blake on the Cate Blanchett drama live on air. And yeah, that would have been catastrophic. But honestly, by then the damage was already done. Blake's picture-perfect polished image started unraveling, one carefully placed card at a time. Meanwhile, Cate? She didn't stoop. She didn't clap back. She didn't plot. She just moved on, booked, busy, and completely unbothered, like the queen she is. But don't get it twisted. This whole saga exposed a side of Blake that people are not going to forget anytime soon. Because while Blake Lively's all-American sweetheart persona was falling apart at the seams, Cate Blanchett was handling the Chanel betrayal with a level of class and composure most celebs could only dream of. Fast forward to June 2023. Cate and her husband Andrew Upton quietly premiered a new 2-person play at the Sydney Theatre Company, written by Andrew, directed by Cate. And no, this wasn't some glitzy PR comeback, no red carpet, no media circus, just a cozy audience of true film buffs and theater diehards. But here's where the tea really starts boiling. The play was originally titled Lines That Weren't Meant to Be Read, but at the last minute, boom, renamed The Credit. And fans immediately clocked it for what it was. A not-so-subtle dig at Blake Lively for hijacking Cate's Chanel campaign and erasing her from the narrative. The shade, my friends, was chef's kiss. And Cate? She stayed elegant. stayed silent, just kept it moving. But by this point, the internet had had enough of Blake's antics, because here's the thing, Cate Blanchett wasn't the first. And she definitely wasn't the last to deal with Blake's alleged mean girl energy. Yep. The streets are talking, and what they're saying is Blake Lively has a history, we're talking full pattern, of bullying co-stars, stealing spotlights, and making sets a nightmare whenever the attention wasn't 100% on her. And now, the receipts are coming in fast. Let's start with an old interview clip that just resurfaced. And honestly, it's giving secondhand cringe. Blake was on set with her Gossip Girl co-stars and decided to crack a joke about Leighton Meester being born in prison. And if that wasn't tone-deaf enough, she then compared the rest of the cast to monkeys in a cage. Like, girl, what? The body language in that video? Chilling. Leighton and the others looked so uncomfortable you could feel the awkward tension. Through the screen. And it didn't stop there. Remember when Gossip Girl's executive producer Joshua Safran admitted that Blake and Leighton couldn't stand each other? Back then, he tried to spin it as different personalities. But now that the clip's gone viral again, fans are calling it what it is. Classic mean girl behavior. And if you thought that was bad, oh honey, enter Armie Hammer. Yup, back when he worked with Blake, even he couldn't deal with her diva antics. During a sit-down with Andy Cohen, Armie casually let it slip that Blake was a total nightmare on set. Everything had to be done her way, and she allegedly threw tantrums over the smallest things. He tried to be diplomatic, but his face said it all. Working with Blake? Scarring. Sis, it's giving Hollywood bully in a sweetheart costume, and fans are finally waking up. Between the Chanel betrayal, the Gossip Girl awkwardness, and Armie's subtle shade, Blake's carefully constructed reputation is looking more and more like a house of cards ready to collapse. And it gets even wilder. Turns out, when Blake doesn't vibe with someone on set, she allegedly doesn't just keep it cute and professional. Nope. Word is, she makes it her mission to ice them out. Ever wonder why Penn Badgley had such a rough time fitting in on the Gossip Girl set at first? Well, rumor has it Blake was in the director's ear from day one saying Penn was difficult and bad energy and that everyone should keep their distance. Poor Penn was ostracized for weeks until the cast started to realize, maybe he's not the problem. And once they finally gave him a chance, they saw he was nothing like the villain Blake had made him out to be. I mean, textbook mean girl playbook, right? And just when you think it couldn't get any messier, boom. Enter Justin Baldoni. And the It Ends With Us drama. Besties, this is next level shady. When Justin came forward saying Blake tried to push him out of the director's chair, people were shocked. But let's be honest, not surprised. Sources say Blake didn't just want the spotlight. Oh no. She was allegedly rewriting scripts behind Justin's back, without approval. And when he said no to using her edits, Sissy reportedly snapped. She allegedly threatened to unleash her dragons, aka her bestie Taylor Swift and her husband Ryan Reynolds, on him. Reynolds. Like, the audacity is on a whole other level. But oh, bestie. It gets even shadier. Word on the street? Blake was already sliding into Colleen Hoover's DMs, trying to get herself lined up to direct the next movie before any of the lawsuits against Justin even dropped. Let that sink in. Because Justin, his contract gives him full rights to direct and produce the entire series, unless he's caught up in a morally damaging scandal. And suddenly, Blake's behind-the-scenes maneuvering is starting to look real calculated. Like, suspicious doesn't even cover it. It's giving scheming. It's giving Game of Thrones. It's giving Slytherin with a side of sabotage. Meanwhile, Cate Blanchett? Still out here living her best unbothered life. Queen behavior only. Sis stood her ground. She didn't flinch. She refused to let Blake shove her into the shadows like she did to everybody else. Cate basically said, Not today, sweetheart. And let's be honest, she ate. But now the question is, do you think Cate should have gone even harder at Blake? Or was playing it cool the ultimate power move? Did she play it smart by staying classy while Blake's empire slowly crumbles from the inside out? And more importantly, y'all, is this the beginning of the end for Blake Lively's career? Is Hollywood finally over her mean girl era? Because baby, the mask is slipping, and it looks like the industry is watching. But hey, I want to hear what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should Cate have dragged Blake publicly? Or did she handle it like a true icon? And are y'all done with Blake, or are you still riding for her? Either way, don't forget to hit that like button and check out our other videos for even more tea. Till next time, besties, bye.